Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video I would like to review a Blu-ray that I watched just last night. Now the movie was released in 2022 and it stars Anna Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult and Ralph Fiennes, and it was directed by Mark Mylod, and that is a movie called The Menu. Okay then guys, as per usual, before I say anything further about the movie and give you my thoughts on the storyline as a whole, I'll just read you all the back of this edition just in case you're not familiar with it. Now, a young couple, Anna Taylor-Joy and Nicholas Hoult, travels to an exclusive island restaurant where the chef, Ralph Fiennes, has prepared a pricey, lavish menu. But it soon becomes clear that the dinner guests are about to be served some shocking surprises in this dark comedy written by Seth Reiss and Will Tracy and directed by Mark Mylod. Okay then guys, that's the synopsis for the 2022 horror comedy movie, The Menu. Okay then guys, on to my thoughts now on the movie as a whole. Well, I'll have to be honest, guys. I wasn't impressed with this movie. I was expecting something really horrifying and gripping to happen. Very, very slow. Nothing much happened in it. Didn't like the main character who played the chef. Didn't appeal to me at all. And I thought the storyline was very, very weak, and it gave a lot of gave a lot of questions that weren't answered. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with it. Yeah, this is basically about he invites them all to this lavish meal on this secluded island and that, and he lives there as well. And when he starts bringing out the courses, you get captions describing what each courses are, and very, very strange courses they are as well. They don't even look like food, and then he adds to that with sort of like a description of the ingredients and that. He shows them all around the island and that about how the food's done prior to sitting them down for this lavish meal. But yeah, guys, I didn't like it at all. I thought it was a bit silly, to be honest. Even though Anna Taylor-Joy was in it, who I like from Last Night in Soho, she didn't shine in this movie for me, guys, unfortunately. And if you're going to go into this movie expecting a real gore fest like Saw and that, you'll be sorely disappointed. Very, very minimal gratuitous violence and gore in it. There's only a couple of scenes, like one of the diners when he tries to leave, he gets his finger chopped off, and there's another scene as well, a fight involving Anna Taylor-Joy and one of the staff who works there and that, and then one of the chefs shoots himself. But apart from that, there's very, very limited limited action, limited horror, and it's more of like this is more like a satire on modern eating, all the chef programs and that. It's like a dark satire on that, the whole food business and that, and all these people who he's invited to the island, they're all like, most of them are snobbish and that, and they've got skeletons in the cupboard. So for instance, I'll give you an example. When he brings out I think it's the second course, these pancakes, they've got images on the pancakes of what these people have actually done in their lives and that. For instance, one's been swindler, and then there's another elderly man he's depicted on the pancake as seeing another woman, much to his wife's chagrin. That's the old guy who gets his finger chopped off when he tries to leave. But yeah, guys, it was very, very disappointing movie. I did not like it at all. I was a missed opportunity for the makers of this. It could have been so much better. They could have made it more like Saw, something like that. I was expecting a real bloodbath and that, but no, it's times like the movie drag for me, guys. It's I will give it one thing. I did like the cinematography, the island and that, the initial when it first opens and that, and the restaurants and that, very, very lavish, all the food and that, and all his assistants and that. Well, all his assistants, they seem to be more of a cult, because what he done every time he's about to announce something like the serving of another course, what he'd do, he'd go, clap his hands, chop chop, and he'd all jump to his command and that, just one clap of his hands and that, But yeah, guys, it was bloody ridiculous. This, it was did nothing for me at all. The Menu, and he had quite a few opportunities as well to escape. And all right, they were on an island, that, but there was enough of them there. They could have overpowered, the staff and that, But you don't really know what it is what agenda he had, really, because he was sort of like, he was mocking them, and then he was talking all right to them, and then he'd take on this dark persona. He's quite a multi-layered character, this guy, this chef, you know. But yeah, guys, you know, he wasn't a very interesting screen villain, you know, very, very, you know, very, very bland, you know, and even the cast and that, you know, I didn't like the cast, you know, and as I say, Anna Taylor-Joy, I think this is the worst film she's ever made, to be honest with you, you know. I was expecting like a real thrill ride and that, but all I got was a bland, soporific mess, basically. A lot of people have been you know, saying, well, why did he do this? Why did he do that? You know, a lot of unanswered questions and that, you know. I think the trouble with these modern horror movies, guys, I've said it before, they try to be too clever. They try to make them, they try to sort of like take the viewer on a journey of it, where they're scratching their heads throughout the movie and say, well, why did he do that? Why did she do that? What's the significance of this? What's the significance of that? And it doesn't work most of the time, guys. You know, you don't want to be leaving your audience like with more sort of like questions than answers and that, you know. And this movie certainly does pose a lot of questions and that, you know. What's his agenda? You know, what's he going to do next and that? You know, why did he do this? Why did he do that? You know, and yeah, and he talks in riddles as well, this chef, because like I think it's near is it the first course? I think it's the first course, or just after the first course, and he said, I don't want you to eat the food, basically. Don't eat it, just taste it. And he goes into this long monologue of it, you know, the senses and that, your taste buds and that, you know. Oh, yeah, guys, it was bloody ridiculous, this. It really was. I didn't like it at all, the menu. And I'm going to be throwing it on eBay when I finish this video. When I finish this video, yeah, the menu, yeah, saved up a lot of tripe. I'd rather have my mum's good old scouse pie, like, you know what I mean? Good old scouse pie, mate, yeah. But honestly, did not entertain me at all. I'm surprised actually I stayed awake. I stayed awake through the movie and that, you know, because it was just even the ending. I mean, I won't give away the ending, but it just fizzled out like a damn squib, you know, for me, like, yeah. And there's also a part like where Anna Taylor, I won't give too much away, but guys, when she tries to escape, when she goes into this, he sends her outside to get bring something in from outside. I think it's a bit of something to help with the next course. But she sort of like gets a knife and that, and she goes into this room and she sees like a record of him when he was a young chef and that, you know, when he used to work in the restaurants and that. And this assistant comes behind her, the one that's sort of like the main one that's sort of like helping her with the you know, the courses and that. And they have a bit of a scrap and that, you know. And then she radios outside for the Coast Guard. And when the Coast Guard comes and that, you know, well, I won't tell you what happens and that, you know. But yeah, it was very, very dull, insipid movie, guys. The menu, and as I say, one watch only for me. You know, yeah, the premise, like, it was just I mean, like, all right, you could see it was obvious, like, that he had something against all these people and that. He wasn't just inviting them on the island for fun. He had something, he had a dark agenda, but it didn't really make clear exactly what this dark agenda was. And the behaviour of Anna Taylor-Joy's character at times left me scratching my head. You know, a cheesy ending as well, pardon the pun. Well, you know what I mean when you see the end, when you see the cheesy ending. Yeah, I'll say no more about that. Yeah, but yeah, guys, I was not impressed with the menu. I expected so much more. I got, you know, it promised a lot, but it delivered so little. You know, another sad case of a modern movie boring the pants off me. You know, but yeah, as I say, it reminded me and also reminded me in many ways of like a Gordon Ramsay kind of culinary program. You know, it had that sort of setting and that. You know, and he was clapping his hands all the time and that. You know. You know, and every time he clapped his hand, he'd do his bidding right away. And they were standing there all the time, the staff, they were just staring, you know, like zombies and that, staring into space, waiting this next command. I'd say they were more like a cult than an actual cooking team. Yeah, they were more like a cult, and he had this sort of like, you know, hold over them and that, you know, they jump to his every whim. But yeah, guys, you know, it didn't excite me at all, the menu, you know, and as I say, this is a movie I will definitely not be returning to. But that's just my opinion. If you want to check out the menu for yourself, I know some people do like it, some people hate it. It's another Marmite movie. If you want to check it out for yourselves, if you haven't seen it, feel free. I'm not trying to put you off. Check it out, rent it, buy it. I'd suggest you rent it first. I made the mistake of buying this, and it's I'll have to try and get my money back now. But yeah, if you want to view it, like, everybody's different. We've all got our own different tastes. Pardon that pun. But yeah, guys, if you want to check the menu out and see for yourself, you might enjoy it. Like, you might be in the camp that do actually derive a lot of pleasure from the menu. Okay, then, guys, I'm going to do a what's the name now? I'm going to do a racing out of 10. I'm going to give the menu just, I think I'll just give it 3 out of 10. It got a couple of points for the nice, the setting and that, the island and that, you know, and the restaurants and that was very, very good scenes and that. But other than that, you know, and the people as well, they were downright annoying. I didn't sympathise with any of the characters and that, you know, and very especially him. He seemed to know everything about cooking. He was a bit of a sort of like a snob. He was sort of like, oh no, you know, sort of like looking down his nose. And she was the only one. Anna Taylor-Joy character was the only one that hadn't been invited to the island. All the others had been invited by him, but I won't tell you why she hadn't been invited. I'll let you see the movie. If you want to check the movie out for yourself, the menu, you'll see why she was the only one that didn't receive his personal invitation. But yeah, guys, you know, as I say, 3 out of 10 for the menu. I thought it was a bit ridiculous in parts. It was supposed to be comedy as well. It didn't make me laugh. Didn't make me laugh at all, you know. It honestly didn't, you know. And the horror elements was very, very watered down. It was just a weird movie, guys. It was you know, it didn't really fit either of those categories fully. It was just playing around with your understanding of what interpreting it, you know, interpreting different ways, but it could have another meaning and that. And from what I've read on the internet and that, there's all different ways you can interpret it and that, you know. It's basically in a nutshell, it's kind of like a satire on modern cookery programs and modern cooking and the snobbish, you know, this sort of like big-headedness and like arrogance that exists from some of these food critics and food commenters and that. It plays on that theme and that. Okay then, guys, I'll leave it there. I won't say any more about the menu. I'll let you see it for yourself if you want to check it out. Okay, that concludes my review of the 2022 Anna Taylor-Joy movie, The Menu. Have you seen the menu? Did you like it? Did you loathe it? Leave your thoughts down below. Let's get a discussion about the menu. But yeah, guys, it wasn't for me, guys. I won't be watching this again. And yeah, so that's it. Okay, the usual. If you like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comments, and all going well, I'll be back again very, very soon with another video. Now, if you'll just excuse me, I'll just go and put the dinner on. Okay, bye.